How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today, we're taking a look at how I was able to get over 47,000 capital peak points in this last raid weekend. So let's take a look at the replays and see what I'm using. Now, the general plan is going to be to have around 8,000 points remaining, and then we can hopefully clean up the base with some miners and a couple of extra frost spells. So, first on the agenda is a golem quarry. Got the frost spells covering almost all of the major defenses. Got 4 frost spells on the map, so we're able to sort of hopefully set up the base with our first attack, and then on the second attack we can clean it up, hopefully clear the base out and get all those bonus points. But I wanted to showcase this weekend, this raid weekend, that I believe 8,000 might actually be too many points for the miners to go for. We are going up in trophies in the raid weekends. I think we're up to, as a clan, I want to say Titan 3, Titan 2 maybe. And even though this is the default layout, the defenses are starting to get a little bit higher. So I don't know if mass miners are the way to go if there are over 8,000 points remaining. So it's kind of hit or miss. Get very close on time, and sometimes all your miners almost die. So I think maybe the sweet spot for miners is probably around 7,000, maybe 7,500. And, you know, if you have the benefit of using the second attack or prepping the base with a different account, then you can get those 4 frost spells instead of just 2 if you're going for, you know, a cleanup from a different attack strategy, or trying to help out one of your clanmates finish off the base maybe they failed on. As you can see, we just barely time fail. Still got just under 8,000 points, so it's still pretty good, but we are always looking to take out the districts in 2 shots. So if we don't prep the base properly and then we fail on the second attack, that is not ideal. We want to fully clean the base on the second attack no matter what. You know, depending of course if there's, you know, maybe 10,000 points remaining, maybe it's not possible, but hopefully the first attack gets you at least something. So now we're looking at the Balloon Lagoon. We split the miners a little bit. We'll be watching this top group at the moment. Our bottom group is sort of splitting off. They're not getting a whole lot of extra value. The biggest threat here is the central rocket artillery, so we're waiting for our miners up top to slowly get over in that direction. Have to try and get lucky dodging some of those rocket artilleries shots. We do get underground in time. And as you can see, we are running very, very close on time. We've got this kind of outer ring of defenses and that 1 trash building remaining. I believe we have, let's see, maybe 3 or 4 miners left. We do clear the base, so we get the 8,205 plus 375, which is very, very nice. So far 1 time fail, 1 cleanup. Now we're going in against the Builder's Workshop, sending them all the miners in from the bottom side of the base. Got the frost spells laid out pretty much over the entire base, but this is what I had been seeing with some of the bases where all the defenses are very clumped up together. So the miners actually do get clipped and shot at every once in a while by all of these defenses. So I think if the defenses are all grouped up together, I don't think miners can actually get through a base that has 8,000 or more points remaining. So as we can see here, almost all the miners are about half health. A few of them are getting killed off by the single point defenses. Got the Teslas taken down some, and the last miner goes down now. We only got 6,700 points, which for 1 attack is kind of bad. I mean, you could very easily do a couple of first hits and definitely get that amount of points on different base layouts as well. So here we are deploying a couple of the miners, or sorry, almost all the miners on the bottom side of the base. Then we have 1 miner clear off the minion hut just to make sure that we don't have any problems on that side of the base. Now, Goblin Mines is a district that is notoriously known to time fail mass miners. The goblins that come out of these goblin launchers, they just soak up a lot of time, even if they're under a frost spell, and even if they, you know, don't really do that much damage. As we can see here, miners are doing pretty good at staying alive. They're jumping up and down, above ground, underground. But we do have about half the time remaining, and we got a lot of base to take out. So you would have to essentially hope for a good split. Unfortunately, we get a bad split where there's no split at all. So they all go upward, and we are definitely wondering if this will be a time fail or not. Speed it up here. We'll see how close it gets here once we get to around 10 seconds remaining. If we are counting down here, we've got what? 8% to go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Time fail again. Crazy. We got the 7,000 points, but miners do not do good against goblin mines. So hopefully showing these types of videos and attacks, while they still do generate a lot of points, not the most ideal for your clan. Ideally, you want to take out the districts in 2 shots so you can get rid of your attacks most efficiently, and you don't leave bases with like 90-95% of, because then there's only like a few points for the next attacker to get, and nobody wants to do that. So then you sit there, sometimes multiple hours, sometimes for days, where nobody wants to finish cleaning up the districts. So just something to think about, something to consider. But I do think that miners are still really good, definitely on weaker bases. And I think 7,500 is the cutoff. I think next weekend I'm going to try setting up the bases like this again, but instead of setting them at 8,000-ish, I'm going to try and get them exactly at 7,500. And I'll probably avoid the goblin mines as best as I can. Just get rid of that one altogether. Sometimes even the barbarian camps can give you some troubles. We'll be taking a look at those. Let's see, a couple of replays here. Actually, the next replay is the barbarian camp. Now, one of the districts that works really, really well with the miners is the Dragon Cliffs. So, these super dragons get pretty much no value, and we're able to take out the base, completely dodge all the super dragons, and even get a bonus of 375. So, last on the list is a pretty beefy barbarian camp, and again, we're looking at one of these bases where all of these defenses are clumped up on the back end. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Zappies, or not the Zappies, the Sparky actually works really, really well. From some of the videos I've seen from the other content creators, Sparkies can really do well. Especially under a rage effect, they can essentially just one-shot an entire quadrant. So you do have to focus on protecting them, but it is a good alternative to the miner strategy. So we are cruising along through the barbarian camp. We'll see how far these miners can get, because we've seen so far that sometimes on weaker bases, more spread out, that around 8,000 points can still be cleared out by the miners. We've also seen that with these compact bases, like on that Builder's Workshop, it gets a little bit tricky for the miners because they do get clipped, and they do get taken out. Like right there, we lost a couple while they stopped to take out the District Hall. You can take a lot of damage from that bomb tower, lose another 1 or 2, go right into another bomb tower. We pretty much lose, oh, we actually did not lose those 2 right away, but all 4 miners that we have left are super, super low health. And that last Tesla chain takes out the last 2 miners, and we fail 99%. RIP. So, hopefully, you can sort of test your own limits with the miners. Hopefully this is helpful. Going to be trying, hopefully, get 7,500 points, and then the bonuses next weekend. So maybe it gets around 8,000 anyways. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Helps me out a bunch. There's a couple videos on the screen if you want to keep on watching. Until next time, take care.